Years ago, I found the bowl of a font from the consecrated church. And so it's a big old piece of marble.
What did you do with that?
I put it in my suitcase and pretty much took away all the weight that I was allowed to carry to the U.S. Left all my clothes in Italy and brought back the bowl.
So you can always buy more clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't find one of those here.
No, because here something from the 50s is considered antique, but that thing was old.
Italian for Travelers, episode 19, the market episode. In today's episode, we talk about one of our favorite parts of Italian life, the outdoor market, as well as grocery stores. Elisa gives us extensive vocabulary and cultural tips about what to buy, how and when to bargain, and that it's usually not acceptable to touch the produce.
Ciao! Benvenuti a Italian for Travelers, the second season of the Postcards from Italy podcast. I'm Elisa, a native Italian speaker and teacher. Although I was born in Emilia-Romagna, I've spent the last 18 years living in the US and teaching Italian to mostly American students. Along the way, I've learned a lot about what first-time travelers and new Italian language learners really want to know. In short, they want to live la Dolce Vita glamour, but without the grammar. This season, let's stamp your passport with some Italian vocabulary, cultural tips, dialogues, and practice lessons with my real-life student and friend, Erin. But we only share a fraction of what we talk about on our streaming episodes.
Visit www.postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for our bonus materials and subscribe to our newsletter for updates.
With our podcast and bonus materials, I can help you transform from just another tourist into a curious traveler. Okay, here we go. Remember, don't worry if you cannot understand much during your first listen. Just relax, sit back, and enjoy la dolce lingua. Ok, cominciamo. Let's begin. Cari amici, benvenuti! Welcome to Italian for Travelers Lesson 19, titled Fare acquisti al mercato.
Shopping at the market.
Yes, as an Italian, that's my favorite thing to do when I'm home.
I'm very excited. What are we learning today?
Today, we're going to take you to the market, as we said, so you will be able to shop with us. We'll teach you how to shop for clothes, food, accessories, and souvenirs.
Everything that I need.
Yes, life doesn't get any better than that. And going to the market is such a uniquely Italian experience.
It really is. I think because Italian markets have everything that I want.
È vero, yes, that's true. Including some good-looking guys walking around the piazza.
Yeah, I'll take all of it. Wrap it up.
Yeah. When you go to Italy, you'll see how people just love to congregate in the piazza where the market is. Because, we're social animals by nature in Italy. And you put together being able to be social, being surrounded by food, fresh food, clothes and accessories, which always draw, an Italian, because we take pride in the way we dress, and some souvenirs. What's better than that?
There's really nothing better than that. So let's dive in. I've got a purse full of money and I'm ready to go.
Good for you. Now, you just said that, so we're going to look at today's idiom. Il buon mercato vuota la borsa.
The good market empties the purse. And don't I know it? I'm ready for that.
Then just don't tell your husband.
Oh, he doesn't need to know. What happens in mercato stays in mercato.
Bravissima.
So I noticed that in our social media over the summer that you've been to a lot of markets.
Yes.
In the last couple of months.
It was research.
Oh, yes. Research. I would put it under our business expenses for sure.
What I can tell you is the true nature of an Italian comes out when you are willing to go out in 42 degrees Celsius degrees weather.
What's that?
That's like 105, 10.
You lost me after 100.
And humidity.
Oh my goodness.
Laffa. When you are willing to go through that, to go to the market, it means the market is probably one of your favorite experiences.
How often do you go to market in Italy?
Once a week.
And
maybe twice. Some markets take place during the daytime and some take place at night. Yeah, I would say one of each.
Okay. And one other thing I wanted to ask before we dive right into our dialogue is what types of things do you typically buy? What do you typically buy?
I've become better in the past few years. Not spending my whole salary at the market. But I would say clothing. If I find clothing that I cannot find here and that's to my taste, I'll buy some of that. I love to buy linens for the house.
Ugh, that's always my favorite too.
Yes, because at least in my area, we have a specific type of linen that gets printed in a way that's very local. And I love to support businesses that do that. It makes me feel like I'm in Cesena even when I'm here in the US. So that. Food.
What kind of food?
Cheeses are a big hit, especially with my husband. Anything truffle.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's not quite from my area, but it's neighboring regions, and you're still able to find it with artisan, sellers at the market. So that. Sometimes we have artisan markets where you have people coming from all over the region, sometimes even outside the region. And it's like almost like Etsy sellers having their own booths. And so you can find like really cool stuff. Pottery, jewelry, decorations for the house, like really one-of-a-kind clothing, vintage pieces. I love that.
I love this. I was in Tuscany over springtime, I think. And same where I was at a little cafe and we were in the middle of our hike. I think it was in the middle of the day. It was our first stop. And there was a tiny outdoor market. And there was a woman whose uncle had worked at Valentino. And she had all of his dead stock of fabrics and had different types of dresses, scarves. We went crazy for that.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can find all kinds of interesting things. And also with that, then I got the additional stories of how her uncle had passed and then she sort of got everything.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
You know what? It's one of the things I admire the most about Italians, that we tend to be very creative and repurpose things in very elegant, one-of-a-kind ways. Artisan markets are just that. So I love those personally. A lot of daytime markets have more of the imported from China type of stuff, but the artisan markets, just a gem.
Okay, so that's something that we're going to be looking for. All right.
Let's go.
I'm saving more pennies now.
Brava. And now let's hear Italian in action with this dialogue. Dialogue 1. Al mercato.
At the outdoor market.
Buongiorno signora, posso aiutarla?
Oh, guardo solo, grazie. Hey, those scarves are super cute. Scusi, quanto costano le sciarpe?
15 euro l'una, o 2 per 20 euro.
2 for €20. Wow, those would be a great gift for my mom and sisters, and they wouldn't take up a lot of space in my luggage. Okay, can I try it on? Posso provarla? And I'll need a mirror. Avete uno specchio?
Sì, signora. A lei. Molto elegante, molto bella.
I think it's a bit too short. È troppo corta. È stata fatta in Italia?
Italia? Beh, forse. Eccone una più lunga, signora.
Forse? Maybe? That's suspicious. And ouch, this one is really scratchy. What's it made of? Di che cosa è fatta?
È fatta di cotone di alta qualità, signora. Le serve altro? Abbiamo anche cravatte da uomo, guanti, portafogli. Le posso fare uno sconto?
Gosh, this lady's a bit pushy. No, grazie. Mi dispiace, ma non va bene per me.
Va bene. Buona giornata. Okay, so that was a fun dialogue. Now let's move on to cultural notes. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about going to the market.
Besides just spending, which is my favorite part. Okay, tell us.
Okay, as an Italian, I find going to the weekly mercato ambulante,
the outdoor market,
one of the biggest pleasures of la Dolce Vita. Strolling through the booths of the town center with a friend, looking at the colorful merchandise the vendors so proudly display, and finding a good deal on clothes, shoes, or local food specialties is a joy that all Italians understand and value. Of course, this is an experience that's best savored with a bit of knowledge of the local customs. So if you're interested in going to the outdoor market in Il Bel Paese, here are a few useful tips for you.
And even if you're not interested in going, you're interested in going. You have to be a PFI spy.
Yes.
And tell me what you think. So Italian street markets, which are also called
mercati ambulanti,
sell food, clothing, shoes, accessories, and housewares. Oftentimes, you'll also find flowers, plants, and artisanal goods. The amount and variety of items offered at the market will vary based on the size of the town and the market itself. So in Cesena, how big is the market?
It's quite big, actually.
It's a big one because Cesena is a big town.
I would say medium size. Our market is twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. And we have occasional markets on the weekend if it's a sagra or a festival.
And then most little towns will have a market. It just might vary in size.
Yeah, even like small villages will have a market. It may be tiny, but it's just a way to cater to the locals to buy necessities. Nowadays, Amazon reaches everywhere, but we still love going to the market if we need to buy fresh peppers or if we need to buy new knives for the kitchen.
Or a kitchen timer. I think I bought one the last time I was there too.
Yep. Okay, so let's continue. Most markets in Italy are a once or twice a week event, except for larger cities where the local outdoor market may be open every day. Check with the local tourist office to find out on what day or days of the week the mercato ambulante takes place. The staff at your hotel or at a local restaurants will also be able to provide that information most likely.
Most markets in Italy are typically open only in the mornings. Usually, booths are set up between 7 and 7:30 a.m. and will close around 1 or 2 p.m., so you can spend your afternoons shopping in the local boutiques instead. Be mindful that these shops may not open until 3 or 4 p.m. It's perfect, so you can shop on the street during the day, and then you can shop in the boutiques at night.
Yeah,
Yes,
and have lunch in the middle. And as an Italian, here's a useful tip. If you go to the market towards the end, so say 12:30, when most people might be already at home cooking lunch or eating lunch, you are very likely to find even better deals.
Oh.
Because a lot of sellers will not want to take home all the merchandise that they brought with them. They want to get rid of it, right? So they might be willing to give you extra discounts. Of course, the choicest items always get picked early in the morning. But I've found some really, really good deals at market closure.
Oh, so that's good. So sleep in, grab your coffee, go to the market. I love that. That's a great tip.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
Some outdoor markets only sell food. Not all the street markets in Italy will carry a variety of items. So while you can't expect to purchase handbags or artisanal goods in smaller mercati ambulanti, they're still a great place to pick up a few local food specialties or to interact with the locals and enjoy a pleasant social morning, Italian style.
Some street markets, on the other hand, are specialized in specific products like antiques, secondhand items, or artisan products. It's a good idea to do a bit of research ahead of time and find out which markets are going to take place in the areas that you're planning to visit.
Yes.
So, for example, Arezzo, I always bring that up, the antique fair.
Yes.
Is that once a month? Do you know?
I believe it's once a month, the first Sunday of the month, but I don't think it's year round. I think it's like maybe late spring until the end of summer.
And it was many years ago that I went to that.
Me too.
And I was staying in Cortona at the time, and Cortona had its own amazing little antique, almost like a flea market.
Mm-hmm.
I even found a page from a ledger from one of the Medici family.
Oh my gosh.
In Cortona.
Talk about antiques.
Right? Yes. Isn't that crazy? Or maybe that's just what they told me and it was in beautiful script. And so I bought it.
That's beautiful. Well, I brought home at the Arezzo Antique Market years ago. I found the bowl of a font from the consecrated church. And so it's a big old piece of marble.
What did you do with that?
I put it in my suitcase and pretty much took away all the weight that I was allowed to carry to the U.S. Left all my clothes in Italy and brought back the bowl.
So you can always buy more clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't find one of those here.
No, because here something from the 50s is considered antique, but that thing was old.
So if you're looking for treasures in Italy that are obviously off the beaten path, then maybe do some research and see what kinds of outdoor markets there might be in the areas you're visiting.
And if you're interested in antique markets, like they pop up everywhere, not just, Arezzo, that whole area is famous for their antiques, but even in my hometown, there's regularly an antique market, maybe just every few months. The beach community by my house, Cesenatico, has a tiny antique market that pops up once a week in the summer. So it's not uncommon at all.
Yeah, you can find some treasures.
Mm-mm. Okay, So let's continue. At the outdoor market, cash is king. While some vendors nowadays are equipped to process payments by credit card, many others will not accept anything other than cash. Bring enough cash to get you through the day, but remember to stay attentive. Since markets are often crowded and people are busy shopping, watch for pickpockets.
And we do talk a little bit more about this in an upcoming episode, episode 21. And I believe we talked about it during our episode 8, which was about walking around town and, just staying aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
I like to make sure that if I do have cash, that I have like maybe a little bit in my pocket, a little bit in my very secure wallet that might be in my purse, and I have like a crossbody bag.
Yes, that's a very smart idea. Yes.
Yeah. In my shoe, in my underwear,
Bra.
all everywhere, but on my kid.
Yeah, disperse your cash and keep it hidden.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so next tip. Merchandise at the outdoor market may not be high quality or even made in Italy.
Wait. Really? At an
Yeah.
Italian market?
If you visited the market in Florence, San Lorenzo, you're probably familiar with this. There's a lot of stuff that's imported from China, sadly.
Oh, so more high volume, lower quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because Italians themselves are interested in buying that stuff because it's affordable, right? It's like walking into an outdoor Shein or Temu,
That's true.
and Italians don't despise that. It's useful for Italians as well to have that. However, I have to say that in the last few years, it sometimes has become the majority of the items that you can find at a market might be imported from China. You still can find plenty of sellers that have stuff that's just made in Italy, especially again if you go to the artisanal markets rather than the regular morning outdoor market. This is something you need to be aware of.
Ciao, it's Erin. We're fading out here so that we can keep our free streaming episodes a reasonable length of time. For additional bonus audio and all kinds of other bonus materials, head to our website. Now back to the show.
And now let's get some more Italian vocabulary under our belt. Simple communication is our goal. Therefore, we often provide the default masculine form of a noun or an adjective, and we prioritize formal communication over informal, unless otherwise noted. Don't worry, Italian speakers will still understand you. Glossary 1. Parole ed espressioni essenziali sui vestiti e gli accessori.
Essential words and phrases about clothes and accessories. Please note that when shopping for clothing, sizes are going to be different in Italy and in general in Europe than what you may find in American stores. While there are plenty of US to Europe conversion tables for clothing, most are just guidelines, and the only way to really find something that fits you is to try it on. Clothing.
I vestiti or l'abbigliamento.
Size.
La taglia or la misura.
Extra small.
XS or extra small.
Small.
S or small.
Medium.
M or media.
Large.
L or large.
Extra large.
XL or extra large.
I'd like to buy
Vorrei comprare
this.
questo.
A button-up shirt.
Una camicia
Short-sleeved.
a maniche corte.
Long-sleeved.
A maniche lunghe.
A blouse.
Una camicetta.
A shirt.
Una maglia.
A t-shirt.
Una maglietta or una t-shirt.
A vest.
Un gilet.
A sweater.
Un maglione.
A sweatshirt.
Una felpa.
A jacket.
Un giubbotto.
A blazer.
Una giacca.
A coat.
Un cappotto.
A trench coat.
Un impermeabile or un trench.
Pants.
I pantaloni.
Shorts.
I pantaloncini or gli short.
A skirt.
Una gonna.
A miniskirt.
Una minigonna.
A man's suit.
Un completo or un vestito da uomo.
A woman's suit.
un tailleur or un completo da donna.
A tie.
Una cravatta.
A belt.
Una cintura.
A scarf.
Una sciarpa.
A silk scarf.
Una sciarpa or un foulard di seta.
A pair of gloves.
Un paio di guanti.
A hat.
Un cappello.
A baseball hat or cap.
Un cappellino da baseball.
Pajamas.
Un pigiama.
A nightgown.
Una camicia da notte.
Socks.
I calzini.
Tights.
Le calze or i collant.
Underwear.
L'intimo.
A tank top.
Una canottiera.
A swimsuit.
Un costume da bagno.
A bikini.
Un bikini.
A wallet.
Un portafoglio.
A bag.
Una borsa.
Can I try it on?
Posso provarlo?
Do you have a fitting room?
Avete un camerino?
Do you have a mirror?
Avete uno specchio?
It's too
È troppo
big or small,
grande or piccolo,
short or long,
corto or lungo,
tight or loose.
stretto o largo.
Do you have a different color?
Avete un colore diverso?
Do you have a different pattern?
Avete una fantasia diversa?
I prefer this one.
Preferisco questo.
Sorry, it doesn't work for me.
Mi dispiace, ma non va bene per me.
What is it made of?
Di che cosa è fatto?
How much does it cost?
Quanto costa?
Can I have a discount?
Può farmi uno sconto?
Can you give me a sales receipt?
Può farmi lo scontrino o la ricevuta? And now let's put what you have just learned into practice with lessico in pratica. Erin, come si dice do you have a fitting room and a mirror?
Avete un camerino e uno specchio?
Sì, bravissima. And now let's bear in mind that if you're shopping at the market, these two things, a fitting room and a mirror, are going to be very, very rustic. Especially the fitting room. The fitting room might be the back of a van, literally, yes. Or a bed sheet hung up around 4 sticks.
So if you see an outdoor market and you think you might want to buy some clothes, maybe plan for that. Have, a tank top and, shorts on or
Plan
something.
on it being an adventure.
Or it's an adventure, yeah.
Ok, continuiamo. Let's continue. Come si dice I'd like to buy a long-sleeved button-up shirt?
Vorrei comprare una camicia a maniche lunghe.
Perfetto, bravissima. Numero 3, come si dice I'd like to buy this?
Vorrei comprare questo.
Perfetto, brava. Numero 4, come si dice I'd like to buy a sweater, size medium?
Vorrei comprare un maglione taglia media.
Brava. 5, come si dice what is it made of?
Di che cosa è fatto?
Sì, corretto. Numero 6, come si dice can I try it on?
Posso provarlo?
Sì, benissimo. Numero 7, come si dice it's too loose? Dialogue 3. Comprare souvenir al mercato.
Buying souvenirs at the outdoor market.
Buongiorno signora. Vuole una cartolina, una calamita o un calendario?
No, grazie. But I'm looking for a gift for my niece. Maybe a nice journal and a pen. Avete un diario e una penna?
Sì signora, sono qui. Preferisce immagini di Firenze, Roma o Venezia? Forse con opere d'arte come il Davide di Michelangelo o la Venere di Botticelli?
Oh, those are funny. But I like this one of the Tuscan countryside. Preferisco questo. Quanto costa?
Sono 12 euro per il diario e 3 euro per la penna, signora.
Benissimo, li prendo.
E se vuole qualcosa di artigianale, abbiamo degli oggetti di vetro soffiato o delle statuine per il presepe. Se ne compra almeno 3, posso farle uno sconto.
Oh, che belli. I didn't see those before. These would be excellent Christmas gifts. I'll take a look. Guardo. Grazie.
Prego, signora, faccia pure. Okay, so now let's move on to our next glossary. Parole ed espressioni essenziali sui souvenir.
Essential words and phrases about souvenirs. I'm looking for.
Sto cercando.
Do you have
Avete
a postcard,
una cartolina,
an ornament,
una decorazione,
a calendar,
un calendario,
a figurine,
una statuina,
a pen,
una penna,
a magnet,
una calamita,
a toy,
un giocattolo,
a typical product,
un prodotto tipico,
a t-shirt,
una maglietta or una t-shirt,
a guidebook,
una guida turistica,
a book,
un libro,
a journal,
un diario,
a nativity scene,
un presepe,
hand-painted pottery,
ceramiche dipinte a mano,
blown glass items,
oggetti di vetro soffiato,
leather items,
oggetti in pelle,
a gold necklace or bracelet or ring,
una collana or un braccialetto or un anello d'oro,
sterling silver earrings or cufflinks,
degli orecchini or dei gemelli d'argento,
a watch.
un orologio.
Is this made in Italy?
È stato fatto in Italia? All right, let's put all this nice vocabulary into practice. Erin, come si dice "Can I have a sample"?
Posso avere un assaggio?
Fantastico, brava. Numero 2. Come si dice "How much is this"?
Quanto costa questo?
Sì, eccellente. Sometimes even just saying quanto costa is enough.
Okay, perfect.
Numero 3. Come si dice, how do you say, "Can you please give me a half a kilo of apricots"?
Per favore, mi dà mezzo chilo di albicocche.
Sì, fantastico.
Albicocche is such a fun word to say. I love, why even say apricot anymore? You know?
Albicocche.
Albicocche.
Numero 4. Come si dice "I'd like a piece of cheese"?
Vorrei un pezzo di formaggio.
Sì, eccellente. Numero 5. Come si dice "I'd like a bottle of red wine"?
I think I need to
Or 2.
commit this to memory. Vorrei una bottiglia di vino rosso.
Bravissima. Numero 6. Come si dice "I'm looking for a magnet"?
Sto cercando una calamita.
Yes. Numero 7. Come si dice "Do you have hand-painted pottery"?
Avete ceramiche dipinte a mano?
Sì, eccellente. Numero 8. Come si dice "Is this made in Italy"?
È stato fatto in Italia?
Sì, or simply also è fatto in Italia. And numero 9. How do you say "I'm looking for a gold necklace"?
Sto cercando una collana d'oro.
Sì, bravissima. Last one, l'ultima. Come si dice "I'm looking for blown glass items"?
Sto cercando oggetti di vetro soffiato.
Sì, eccellente. And this is when Erin gets A+ in shopping.
Yay! Plus.
So that's it for today. Thank you for listening and for practicing your Italian skills with us.
As always, we appreciate you and your hard work because together we're working to create a community of conscious travelers to Italy.
Arrivederci alla prossima lezione.
Until our next lesson, ciao!
Ciao! Ciao, it's Elisa again. As you can tell, Erin and I love to talk about what travelers can expect when they visit Italy. Not just language, obviously, but with the culture, food, and so much more. In our free streaming episodes, we only scratch the surface. But in our bonus materials, you'll get access to everything, including transcripts for each episode, as well as translations, vocabulary lessons, and cultural tips from today's roundtable. Visit postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for details. Have the confidence of an Italian even in simple conversations and everyday situations. With our bonus materials, you'll get ad-free, full-length audio conversations, practice exercises with written worksheets, and bonus graphics that decode gestures, road signs, and menus.
Our premium subscribers get one additional bonus not found anywhere else. For our Italian for Travelers family, we've created uninterrupted glossaries for each episode that include the English word or expression, followed by the Italian version, which is then repeated so that you can listen and learn, practice, and repeat. These no-fuss listen and repeat glossaries take the drama out of learning travelers' Italian. Listen in the car, on your morning walk, on planes and trains, even while doing dishes or making dinner. Each episode's glossary file features all of the mini-glossaries in that lesson, so you can focus on the terms and situations that matter most to you, like food, shopping, or sightseeing. This is only for our Season 2 bonus material subscribers, so sign up today.
If you're an intermediate learner, you may also love the lessons in our Season 1 bonus materials, so check out our website. Visit postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for details. Postcards from Italy is a labor of love, connecting different cultures as we explore the dynamic nature of modern Italy through its language.
And remember to follow us on Instagram and sign up for our emails to stay updated on webinars and classes.
Thank you for listening. Non vedo l'ora di incontrarci di nuovo.